Hey everyone. Little string. How's everybody doing? This will be a short chat, but figure I just weigh in real quick on Auburn picking up a couple recruits all of a sudden here in the last hour or so. Stephen Davis Jr., defensive back who had been committed to Auburn in the past, said he had some family issues or whatever, finally recommitted to Auburn and will be on campus reportedly in late July, later this month, which is good. Will he play this year? Probably not, but that's good news for the football program that he's able to make it to campus. And that's possible, Kennedy. I don't know. I haven't seen Davis play. And I leave the recruiting stuff to the experts who cover that stuff on a daily basis. But the big news today and this entire weekend is Auburn picking up yet another four-star forward on the basketball court. And I don't know if I can say his name correctly. Chuma Okeke. I don't know. I'm probably saying that incorrectly. But third player rated 4 stars or better for Bruce Pearl going into this upcoming class, the 2017 class. Huge pickup for them, and it bumps Auburn up to number 1 nationally in the recruiting rankings. Will that stick? Probably not, because Kentucky's going to get all their guys late in the process, as they always do, and I think Washington's number 2 right now. In fact, let's try and pull up these rankings. But Auburn's been hovering around number 1 and had been number 1 at one point, or number 2 or top 5 for most of this last several months. But his pickup is huge. I think the crystal ball projections on 24/7 Sports had a lot of people had him going to Georgia or elsewhere. And I think Auburn was about 20% chance. So huge pickup for Bruce Pearl yet again. They're recruiting their tails off, and they're getting it. I mean, Bruce Pearl is, as you mentioned, Felcher. Bruce Pearl's live tweeting the Kentucky game just a couple hours ago, and then he picks up a 4-star forward. Yeah, the blue paint closed the deal. You're talking about the new court at Auburn Arena. If you guys hadn't heard, they put new court down with blue boundaries around it. It looks really nice. But yeah, Auburn number 1 recruiting class in basketball. You look at the 24/7 Sports Composite Rankings. Auburn's got a score of 63. The higher the score, the better. 63.62. The second team, which is Washington, is at 60.54. So a nice little lead there, about 3 points. UCLA's 3, Illinois' 4, Wisconsin's 5. Early yet, like I said. It's interesting, though. I'm looking through the SEC here. You got Auburn at number 1. Arkansas at number 6. Florida at number 9. Then you got to go down. LSU at 17. We all know Johnny Jones is a good recruiter. Jury's out about him as a coach. Keep scrolling. Vanderbilt 31. Yeah, and Ole Miss at 40. So Auburn's kicking some tail. Other teams you'd have to watch, though, in the SEC recruiting-wise on the basketball front over these next few months as everybody closes in on the 2017 class. Texas A&M. Obviously, Kentucky. I mean, Kentucky's always the one that, they bring everybody in at the last minute, and it's a class that blows everybody out of the water usually. But with Auburn building up, these recruiting classes that are been top 10, top 15, and now this class, I would think, is going to finish in the top 10. It's number one right now, but as I said, when things get going and all these McDonald's All-Americans start committing, um, Auburn should be in the top 10 when all is said and done, which is huge. And yeah, top five still possible, Kennedy. I mean, definitely. Should go very well. How'd the picnic go this weekend? Are you talking about the barbecue cookout for the football program? Apparently, very well. I did not cover it, but I've read other people's coverage. Um, I think Trey Bishop is probably going to be the next player that ends up announcing a commitment to Auburn. He's the most likely to do so. I'm not saying he's going to commit to Auburn, but most likely to do so soon. Um, I think that that could happen here in the next few days, which isn't too much of a surprise. I mean, everybody's kind of assumed that he'd be going to Auburn, or at least Auburn was near the very top of his list. So, yeah, you know, I like how Auburn does things differently, where they do these, like they do Big Cat Weekend, where they just play games and have dunk booths and slip and slides and do things differently. And then they do this barbecue cookout where obviously they'll talk football in the future and everything, but they kind of just want to hang out and let these kids feel at home, which is a good thing. And that's really what Auburn sells, and sells well. Someone asked if Gus Malzahn's on the hot seat. I, the seat's maybe like a little bit under lukewarm. Like someone asked me like to rate it 1 to 10. I would say like 3.9 or something like that. I mean, he went to a national championship, 3 years ago. I don't know. I don't know if he even needs 8 wins, to be honest. I think it depends on what games he wins, how he wins them, and really, it's ultimately going to be decided by the fans. If you're showing up to games, and if the boosters are happy. Yeah, I mean, Kennedy. I don't think the hot seat. I don't think it's a hot seat. I think, yeah, Chess. If I was a betting man, I would say he's safe this year. I'm sure you're tired of losing to Georgia. What Auburn's lost, what 8 of the last 10 against Georgia or something like that. Yeah, I mean that's an issue. Mark Richt's gone though. Hello, I am Fat Man. um, where would Davis Jr. get his first look? I don't know. Probably safety. You like Gus's record against Kirby? What exactly is his record against Kirby Smart when he was defensive coordinator at Alabama? Kirby's got a winning record, right? But barely. 2-4. Okay, 2-4. Yeah, yeah. Some of it just with Mark Richt. More excitement on campus right now for basketball or football? I would say at this very moment for the next few hours, basketball. But I mean, listen, football's football. Football will get going here next week, and everybody be excited. Any words on Woody Barrett? Not much. I mean, just to continue what Gus Malzahn said at SEC Media Days, the guy's got a lot of room to make up. I mean, it sounds like this quarterback battle is going to be among the three top guys: Jeremy Johnson, Sean White, and John Franklin III. And Woody Barrett will have an outside shot. Doesn't mean he won't play. He could very well play. Um, it just depends on what happens about with the quarterbacks. You just can't predict it. Couldn't predict what happened last year. It is possible redshirt Woody Barrett. In fact, Woody Barrett's high school coach told me a few months ago that he would love it if Auburn redshirted Woody. And Woody certainly probably wouldn't want to hear that, but he thinks it would be best for his future because he could be a very special player and getting that year of development, but also saving that year of eligibility. He believes would really, really help him in the future. And you know, if he has to get thrown in the fire, he has to. But They want him to sit out. Didn't work for Jeremy. Play him. You're comparing apples and oranges there. Thanks. Appreciate. I'm really excited about getting started 24/7 and running the site and giving you guys some great coverage over there. I'd go subscribe right now if I was you. $10 for the entire season. It's a pretty good deal. With Philip Marshall columns, Rob Pate weighing in, Ryan Black providing a lot of basketball coverage and helping out with football coverage. Evan McCullers doing some great stuff, recruiting and team coverage wise. One of our interns, and Keith, man, he's the best at recruiting. Yeah, $10 for the whole season. We have a deal where you pay for the first month for $10, and then you get the rest of the months free during the football season through the end of December. I think December 23rd. So the entire regular season, free. Other than that first month, $10, and then it's free all the way through December. So you should go. You should sign up. I'd sign up. Thanks, Chess. Good to hear. I think Auburn football they'll be better than last year. I think the record will be better than last year. Um, so, no, I'm leaving SEC country on Friday. Still work for SEC country, so I'm balancing that line right now of, I'm still working for SEC country. I'm still writing stuff. I've written a couple of things actually today for SEC country. So go to seccountry.com as well. But in the future, I'm moving over to take over the 24/7 site for Auburn. Hey, Kennedy, it's a tough schedule, and it's going to be tough to get to 8 wins. But I think they're going to do it. I think they'll get to 8 wins. Vegas has set the line at like 7.5. So I think they'll get above that a little bit. I think they'll get to 8. Any more basketball recruit commits coming soon? I'm totally unqualified to tell you that. A lot of great recruiting writers out there that could tell you better. What's my opinion on Auburn bowling? Is there an Auburn bowling team? Bowling is a great elective. I think I remember when I went to school to Arkansas, they had a scuba class. What do I think about the shows coming on with JF3? Actually, I read a colleague's article on that today. Good get by him. He got the executive producer about it, and it's apparently a really good show. He got the sneak peek of the first 2 episodes, and you're gonna get the good and the bad of John Franklin III on that. He's kind of came off as brash at times, but I'm gonna tell you, most players are brash when they're not around the coaches talking about what's going on the field. So I don't think that means the kid's a bad kid. Everything I've heard about him is that he's a great kid, and the way and I've talked to him, and he seems like a good guy. I mean, you don't know a guy unless you know a guy. You know what I mean? Unless you hang out with him all the time. But he seems like a good kid. But yeah, I mean, that first game he came in the second half, threw like 3 touchdowns or scored 3 touchdowns last season, and it's in the documentary. But the news writer got a hold of the executive producer. He got a sneak peek of the first 2 episodes, and it's centered on John Franklin III quite a bit. And they said it does continue with him, and he gets in a more positive light, so to speak, as the series continues. So comes out July 29th on Netflix, and I'm sure I'll binge it and watch it. And I guess when I start my job at 24/7, I might do like a review of some sort. It's great to be able to see the inside and actually get to know these kids a little bit more, and you can do that through that documentary. Justice League. I saw the trailer. I am so burned on Batman v Superman. I mean, I'm like a 7 out of 10 with Batman v Superman, but they did so much wrong with it, and it was so serious. I saw the trailer. It's not really a trailer, it's just clips, but the levity and the comedy they put in it just seems so forced. I mean, I love the guy who's playing the Flash, but that scene between Bruce Wayne and the Flash, like Bruce Wayne's got that voice, and it just seems kind of out of place, like they're trying too hard. I don't know. I'm like 40% interested. If this was 3 years ago, I'd be like jumping over the moon, but after seeing Zack Snyder and what he did, Batman vs Superman, I just don't know. Any issue of 24/7 not using Periscope. We'll be doing Facebook Live quite a bit, I believe. I'm just doing Periscope because I'm like in limbo right now. And I'll be doing a Facebook Live this upcoming week for SEC Country, but I'm kind of just getting on here to provide quick thoughts like I used to last off season. Now, I hadn't been on Periscope a lot because we've been using Facebook Live with SEC Country, so I kind of figured, hey, on my own time when I'm not working, I'll get on Periscope and just chat. Chess, I don't know. We might do some Periscope. It might be Facebook Live. I don't know. We're still discussing that. We got to figure out the logistics of it. What I don't like about Periscope is not being able to embed it. That's a bad part. The good thing, though, is that obviously, and I figured out a way, and everybody can figure out a way, we can take the video after Periscope, save it, and then upload it for later use. But we got some really good ideas coming up to get fans involved. So I want to meet you guys face to face. But subscribers get cut out of that way. Business decision. What do you mean, Kennedy? Who gets cut out of the way? Google Hangouts? Will Trey Matthews be coming off the bench? I don't think so, but it's possible. Jeff, we were talking about recruiting real quick, just about how big it was that Auburn's got the #1 class right now in basketball. It's huge. Really just kind of talk about the future with 24/7. It is pretty unreal. It is pretty crazy. But they've been hovering in that #1 range and for a while now. Any other questions? I'm about to call quits here on Periscope for this chat session. Ruffin and Roberts last season had them near the end of the year. They were very good. Doesn't mean anything, though. No one's earned starting spots. And I'll have stories later this week on SEC Country about the linebackers. Oh, absolutely, Chess. I mean, a top 15 finish would be amazing and great, which Bruce Pearl's done each year he's been here practically. How do you sign up for 24/7? Go to auburn.247sports.com. There should be a link on there if you scroll down about the deal we have going on, $9.95 for the entire season. If you can't find it there, there should be a subscription link somewhere on there. You'll find it. Or go to my Facebook page, facebook.com / Brandon.Marcello, and you'll see the link there. Yep, $10 for the entire season. Entire regular season, I should say. So if they make like a January bowl game, then the monthly fees start. But you can't beat it, man. $10 for entire football season. So, yeah. Okay, guys and gals, I guess I'm going to call it a time here, but thanks for joining me. Wanted to talk recruiting real quick with those two commitments. Heck of a day for the basketball program, and obviously Auburn getting Stephen Davis back involved is big. So thanks for joining me. Check me out at seccountry.com for the next week. And then that's full speed ahead at Auburn's 24/7 Sports. where I'll be editor and senior writer. So make sure and follow me over and subscribe. Thanks for joining me. See you guys.